So hello guys, I hope the first tutorial was useful. The first tutorial was about creating a basic project. So in this tutorial we're going to learn about how to use postman, a tool called postman, and also how to do basic styling for the tables that we created, and how to update an existing project. So the first thing we're going to do is search for this tool called postman. So this tool called postman, it's a tool that is used for for accessing the honor APIs. So I will share the link to this website so that you can go to this website and download this tool. Like as you can see, me personally on my machine I've already downloaded this tool, and you can see here it is. This is how it looks. So let's, after you download this tool, you can open it, then go to honor. Let's go to honor. I show you something. I show you how to use postman. So once you log in, so as you can see here, we have different data types. Let's say members, let's say fields. So I'm going to show you how to use postman to get the data that has been entered in honor. So as I told you before, the work of postman is to visualize the data that comes from honor. For example, when you open postman, after you've downloaded postman, now you open it. It works for both Windows and Ubuntu. So you open postman, then maybe you say a new request, creator, click this button, then give the request a name. Like let's say I'm going to call this farmers API, right? Then you click this here, add collection. Maybe you create a collection, you call this Manioc 21 APIs. You've already created. So once you do this, you add a collection, then the request name is called farmers API Manioc 21 APIs. Then you click save. Then when you click save, it will open this window. So you go to this honor documentation, you copy this URL, copy this, and you put it here. Then you put a backslash. Now we want data from farmers. So when you come to the farmers page, you copy this. You copy this ID. This is the ID of the farmers page. You see. For example, when you look at the fields, these are the fields page. You look, it has a different ID. So once you copy the ID, you put it here. Then you say basic out. Then here you put your username. This is your username for honor, and this is your password for honor. So you come, you say basic out, you put your honor username, your honor password. Then after you do that, you click send, and this software requires internet to work. In order for it requires internet in order for it to function. So when you click send, you get this. You can see here, now this is data that postman has fetched from honor. As you can see, we can visualize that data. You can see different details, farmer phone, farmer surname, country, all those details. Now let's say I want to show you this farmers API. Let's say I want to get data from the fields API. What I do, I click on new, say new request. The request name, I say it fields, let me call it fields API. Then here on the collection, our collection is called, I already created this collection. We click here, then it says Manioc 21 APIs. Then what you do, now on the fields API, you go to this owner documentation, you copy this link again, you put it here, you put a backslash, then you can see on the fields, the field table has its own ID, so you copy this ID. This is the ID of the field table. You copy this, then you put it here. You see? Then you say out, you put basic authentication. This is your owner username, this is the owner password, then you click send. You see? So after you do that, you see like this tool is able to fetch that data from owner, and it's able to show you the keys and the values. So this is the data of fields, the different fields that have been uploaded to owner. For example, you can see here the field name, you can see device ID, you can see the username, you can see all the data that this tool has fetched from owner. So I'm going to put the link for downloading this software on the description of the video, so that you can download it either for Windows or Ubuntu and start using this software. It's very easy to use, very simple and straightforward. In case you have a question, just comment on the video, then I will reply to your comment. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start our project. So you can see my project is in desktop. Going to open the terminal. When you open the terminal, you go to where the project is. As you can see, for me my project is in desktop projects, then it's called Manioc. I've already opened my project. So once you go to the terminal and go to where your project is, you start the project. This is how you start the project. Click enter. You can see our project has started. You copy this link, put this link on your browser. So as you can see, I had already created a table, a basic table for farmers that shows the first name, the surname, the crop of the farmers. So today what I want to do, I want to style this table, to make this table look good. You see, right now the table is not looking good. I want it to look good. So I'm going to use a library called Bootstrap, which is a CSS library for styling HTML elements like this HTML table. So I've already opened this link, Bootstrap tables. So I'm going to share this link. I'm going to put this link in the description of the video so that you can access this website and learn more about Bootstrap. Because apart from tables, this Bootstrap library has so many components that you can use to create a website. So what I'm going to do, after I open this website, I want to create a very good table. So you can see here, this is the code for creating a table using Bootstrap. But the first thing I need to do, I need to import Bootstrap. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to share this link on the video description. Then you come here and you copy this. Once you copy this, I'm going to share this link on the video description. So you copy this, then you go to your project. Once you open your project, you go and open home.html. You see the HTML file that we created on the first tutorial. Then you come here and you say if you are using postman, it works very well in HTML. You come and you add this code, then this link that we copied here, you see, take that link, you paste it here. Now it looks like this. So in short, I'm importing the bootstrap library so that I can style my table. So after I've imported the library, I go back to this bootstrap documentation. So you add this. So so I'm supposed to add my table to use bootstrap. So you'll see plus table. Then I'm supposed to add a table head. So the table head is the top part of the table. Then there's something called the table body. The table body now is the part of the table that contains the data. See? Now we have like, let me enter. So you see we have a table head, we have a table body. The table head contains the titles of the table. The table body contains the data. Now you click save. Then you say, come here, you say table body. So what we want to create a good table that is bordered. So after you do this, you save. So when you go back to our website here, you reload. Nice. So you can see that right now the table has been updated and it looks better. I've updated the table using bootstrap, using this bootstrap CSS library, this one. So when you go to this bootstrap documentation, you see there, using this documentation you are able to create different types of table. You can see this is another type of table which is black in color. You can have this kind of table. There are so many types of tables that you can use to create. You see, like this also another type of table. So I'm going to share the link for this bootstrap on the video, and so that you can learn more about the library and use it to style your tables that you have created. As you can see right now, our tables looks much better than it was. You see? So that's first. So the next thing we're going to do, we want to add this. We have now farmers data. The next thing we're going to do, we want to add data for fields. But before I do that, I want to put a title on this page so that, so you come and say maybe H3. We say this is farmers. So this H3 is for putting titles on pages. Farmers. So this is a table for farmers. So I want to create another table for fields. So the first thing we're going to do is here in templates, say, and you create a new file, then you save this file. So this file I'm going to call it fields.html. File is going to contain the HTML of the fields. So this file is just going to look like farmers. It's going to look like this table for farmers, but it will be slightly different. So in order to make work easier, you just copy what's in the home HTML, then you paste. So once you paste it here, you start editing. You say fields, instead of farmers here you say fields. Then for fields, the only data we're going to put the field name and the cop, because when you go to postman, can see there's a lot of data regarding the fields, so you can put any data you want. But for me today, I'm only going to put the field name, and I'm also going to put the cop the cop the cop of the cop of the field. But you can put any data you want. This tutorial is just to teach you the basics. So I'm going to put the cop and field name. You can see even this field ID here. There's a lot of data, the cop and the field name. So going back to our fields table, now this we go and change these titles. We delete this. To delete this. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say field name. Then I'm going to say so even here you see we have two titles for a table, so we're also going to have two. So now we're going to say field. So we're going to get the field name. So when you come to postman, you can see where is field name. I'm looking for data regarding the field's name. Let me search. You can see this is the key. This is the key for the field name. So I'm going to copy this key. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to post it here. So for the fields, we're going to have the field name and the cop. These are the only that we're going to have regarding the fields. Then you save. After you do that, you go to this file called views.py. So you see here we have a function for displaying the home HTML. This function displaying the home HTML. The home HTML is the HTML file for farmers. But so we want to create another function that displays the data for fields. So you know, programming is just about repeating logic. So I'll just copy this. You copy this. Then you paste it here. But now after you copy, you start renaming. It's going to be fields. You rename here fields. And one thing we should remember, this is the ID for the farmers table. So because we are working with fields, we have to change this ID to be the ID of the fields table. And when you go to owner, the fields, this is the ID of the fields. You see this ID. Copy this ID. You put it here. So as you can see, the ID of the fields table is different from the ID of the farmers table. Then after you do this, you rename this also to fields. Then even here, you rename fields. So we have now a function for displaying or even here, our HTML, our fields HTML is called fields.html. So even here you rename fields.html. So see, now we have a function called fields that is for rendering, that gets fields. This function gets the data of fields from owner. Then it sends that fields data to our fields.html. So you save. After you save, you go to this file called urls.py. This file is inside this Manioc folder called urls.py. Click on that file. Now what we want to do is to create a path for displaying the fields data. So you come here, you say path, then you just call it fields. Then you can see from website.views import fields. So website.views is this file. We are importing fields, right? You see, we are importing fields. Then just say fields. Then you say. So here we have created a new URL. A URL is used for identifying website pages. So you can learn more about. You can just go to Google and search about URLs and learn more about URLs. So after we do this, as you can see, when you go back to our website, this is the IP for the farmers. This is the farmers table. Now what we want to see is the fields table. So you copy this link, which is the same as this link here. But one thing you should notice is for fields, the path is called fields. So you open a new tab, you paste. Then when you paste, you type fields. Fields, you type enter. You see fields. So you can see now our field table has been created. It has the field name and the cop. But you can put any data you can put more data you want here. But this tutorial is just for showing you the basics. So we have our fields table, which is good. So apart from fields, you can add all kinds of data. As you can see from owner, we have stock, we have all kinds of data. So what you should do after studying this tutorial, you can go and add more data to your website. For example, data for pests, data for transformed products, and all this data. Because us in our tutorial, we've only worked with fields. We've only added data for fields and farmers. Okay, so that's good. So you can see here, this is our fields table, field name, cop. This is our farmers table that we've created using bootstrap library. Now because we have updated our website, the next thing we're going to do is push these changes to GitHub. So when you go to GitHub, for example here, it is my GitHub account. Then I already created a project. Our project was called Manioc. You can see this is our project here. The last time I updated was 7 days ago. So because I have updated my website, I want to push these new changes that I've made to GitHub. So first of all, I must save all. Once you save all, you go to the terminal. Once you go to the terminal, you say git add. You put this command git add. The git add adds the changes that you have made. Then you say git commit. Git commit is used to give the changes a name. For example, we have say, so you can say added fields data. No, let's say table. So git commit gives a name to the changes that you have made. So today the changes we have made is we have added the fields table. So you type enter. So then you say git push. Git push pushes these changes to GitHub. You say git push. So you put your GitHub username. This is my username. So make sure you create a GitHub account first before you do this, and you also make sure you've installed GitHub on your machine. So this is my GitHub username. My password is I won't show you. Then you put your password. So you can see these changes have now been pushed online. So when I go to GitHub and I reload this project Manioc, you can see it says added field stable 1 minute ago. You see. So the new changes that I've made have been pushed to GitHub. So I can say for this tutorial, I can say that is it for this tutorial. So before I finish the tutorial, I can just tell you what I've done today. So what we've done today, the first thing we did is learn how to use this software called the Postman. And so make sure you download this software and you use it to test the on APIs. But one thing you should know is this software and Django are totally independent. You can still create a Django website without this software. This software just helps you to see the keys and the data of from owner. And the second thing we learned today is using this bootstrap library. Using bootstrap library to style our tables. As you can see in our HTML, I imported the bootstrap library. Using the bootstrap library to style our tables. So I think that is it for this tutorial. Then I will update another tutorial this week. And in case you have a question, what you can do is simple. In case you have a question, just comment on this video, then I will reply. So you can see this is our farmers table, this is our fields table. Okay, thank you.